Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be talking about my thoughts on E3. Now, I've been watching E3 on G4 whenever I get the chance. I have to work and do stuff, and I've been quite interested because this past year I've been very, how should I say, I haven't been able to play video games as much. I love video games. Who does not love video games? Video games are awesome. They are freaking awesome, but I just haven't been able to play them because, well, I've had quite a year at school, so studying comes first. But I have been able to get back into video games, and I watched E3, and I got excited for a lot of stuff. Now, this is going to be a casual review. I really didn't have anything planned or thrown together. I'm just going to talk from my mouth here and tell you guys what I think. Now, out of the game systems I have the Nintendo Wii and the Xbox 360. And I am going to tell you up front, Nintendo is probably my favorite system overall. I love the games from it, and I love the Nintendo Wii, and I love what they're doing with it. Now, that's not to say I hate the other systems. I love Xbox. I think Xbox is great. And PlayStation 3 has a lot of potential. I just think they need to, do a few things like, I don't know, lower the price. But, coming from a standpoint, let's talk about the Wii first. I love the Wii, and I love what they're trying to do with it. Where Xbox and PlayStation with their game controls and stuff like that are kind of staying where they are. Wii's being daring enough to go out and try stuff different with the Wii motion and the senses and stuff like that. Now, one can fault the Nintendo Wii for doing, the same games, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong over and over again, not really trying new games. Well, that's kind of true. I don't disagree with that. They rely heavily on Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, and all those other various Nintendo characters. There's no doubt about that. But I have to give Nintendo a lot of credit because what they showed during E3, I was happy about. The first thing that they showed is a very subtle thing, and let me just, here we go. It's called the Wii Motion Plus, and you connect it right into your Wii remote, and it not only senses the motion, but it notices where your wrist is. Now, this is something very, very, very subtle, and something that you probably wouldn't take into account that much, but increases the ability and the gameplay of the Wii remote, and makes the Wii remote better. The stuff that they were showing on Wii Sports Resort, the stuff that they were showing on there, now, I think Wii Sports is a great game. I don't play it, but I think it's a great game. The stuff that they showed on there was fantastic. How they were moving the controller, how people were moving their stuff. Even Red Steel 2. Red Steel was a horrible game. The first Red Steel I didn't like, but what they showed during Red Steel 2, everywhere you move your hand, and it had the Wii Motion Plus on it, that's where your sword went. That looks great. I was incredibly pleased to see that they're expanding on the Wii Remote. Because I think right now, the Wii Remote is going to be the future of video games. Or at least going to be the first step to the future of video games. It's very ambitious and it's very fun. Now, out of the games that they have come out for the Nintendo, stuff like the Wii Sports Resorts looks great. It looks like a fun party game. Now, like I said before, Nintendo has been, they rely a lot on their big names. Mario, Samus, Zelda, Donkey Kong, etc., etc. And this is no lie. Well, it doesn't bother me as much because I love the Mario, Zelda, and Samus, Metroid games and stuff like that. It does bother other people. What I was happy to see is a good mix of some new games and at the same time some of the older games. So you got some more original games and you got some of the more classic games. Super Mario Brothers for the Wii, I believe that's what the title's going to be called. Looks great. It looks like a fun game for multiple people. I'm definitely going to be picking that up. Mario Galaxy 2, that's kind of bittersweet. I'm happy because Mario Galaxy was a great series. I just hope they expand on it and do some stuff to mix things up and it's not just the same game with different levels. But that looks good too. And Metroid, the Other M I think it's called, I believe it's the Other M. That looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a great game. I love the Metroid series, although Metroid Prime Echoes gave me a headache, and I never actually finished it. I think that's the only game I've ever put down and never finished. Yes, that game. I might pick it up and play it again, but the new Metroid game looks great. In addition to that, Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, say what you want, but that game's going to be fun too. If it's anything like the Phantom Hourglass and gameplay, then I will enjoy it. But they also showed some new games and some original games. I don't know the titles of the games. Again, they're just kind of thrown at me. But they showed 2 original titles, and they look like they're going to be good. A new addition to the Wii and the Nintendo system. So Nintendo's actually doing better than it was doing before, because Nintendo's been hitting the more casual video game audience. I feel as though now they're hitting the casual game audience, and now they're going to hit more of the loyal hardcore game audience. And they're trying to do exactly what they're doing. Video games for everyone. So I was impressed with. I liked, personally for me. And I know a lot of people that said the Nintendo show was boring and nothing new, but I enjoyed the Nintendo show. Now, I didn't get to see any of the PlayStation stuff at all, except for the stuff on God of War 3, or at least the talk of it, or whatever. Again, I don't play PlayStation, so it didn't really concern me that much. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to talk about PlayStation here. However, for the Xbox, I did see some of the new games. Xbox did okay. I was moderately happy with the stuff that they showed. The one thing I was really happy about was Assassin's Creed 2. I loved Assassin's Creed. I thought it was one of the best games I ever bought for the 360. And don't get me wrong, Assassin's Creed had its problems, but it presented itself well, and it was a well-balanced game. With the only problem that bothered me was the same 3 side quests every assassination. But Assassin's Creed was a fantastic game. I loved it to death, and I am happy to see Assassin's Creed 2 coming out. I am actually ecstatic. That's probably going to be the one game that I'm looking forward to the most from the Xbox 360. Even though this isn't from E3, at least I didn't see anything about it from E3, was Batman Arkham Asylum looks like it's going to be a good game too. So I'm going to get that for the Xbox. And I haven't got BioShock yet, but I'm going to probably get BioShock and then probably get BioShock 2. Depending. And then I think there was also the game called Wet. I'm not sure if that was for the 360 or for the PlayStation. It had Elijah Dushku voicing it. That looked like an interesting game too. It looks kind of Max Payne-ish, but it looks like a good game. So that's my general thoughts on what happened on E3 thus far. I thought Nintendo was good. I was happy with Nintendo because I was worried that they were going to hit just the casual audience. But they hit some hardcore gaming stuff. They brought in some new stuff, original titles. In addition to that, they're expanding on their Wii Remote. So, also the Wii Fitness, even though I don't care for it, I think it's a good idea, and they're expanding on that too. So, that's good. And Xbox has some good games coming out, some of which I'm happy about, some of which I really couldn't care about. But, yeah, so those are my opinions on E3 thus far, at least, what I care about. Again, I really didn't look at the PlayStation section because I don't have a 360 or a PS2. So, with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This was kind of just a video to shout out my opinions. Yeah, anyways, with that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.